Hey everyone, it's Jen. Welcome to my sewing room, and let's talk entropy. You know, as much as I would love to have an intelligent conversation with someone like Kip Thorne or, one of those quantum physicists that I admire so much, really not going to happen. But I can tell you this, entropy, it is the principle that everything that is organized in the universe is going to fall into chaos. Nowhere else in my life is this more evident than in my purse, which would be a black hole had I not done something about it. I have a purse organizer. Isn't this great? This is just a strip of fabric that has been kind of finished, and it velcros together in a circle. It has pockets and it holds all my stuff. And I'm going to show you how to make one of these so that the entropy in your life can be maybe a little bit less. So here's what you need. You'll need a sturdy base fabric like the black denim I have here, another fabric for the pocket piece, some interfacing, sticky back Velcro, scissors, pins and thread, a ruler, and a marking tool of some sort like the blue chalk I have here, your sewing machine, and an iron. You're going to need to cut 3 pieces, one of each. For the base, a piece 30 by 14 inches, a pocket piece 30 by 10 inches, and an interfacing piece just like the pocket piece 30 by 10 inches. First, we're going to take that piece of fabric that you had that was cut to 30 inches by 14 inches, and you're going to fold it in half, wrong sides together. So we're going to take this piece that is a 30 by 10, and this is your pocket piece. And we're going to fold it wrong sides together and lay it right on top. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take our stuff and lay it out. Do you know it's always nice to have a little pair of scissors in your purse? Because you just, you need them all the time. So you lay all these things out and you kind of gauge where you want everything to be. So you can tell on this one, see how that stitching line here, I made it shorter so that pocket the stuff in it wouldn't go all the way down to here because I'd never find it. So the whole point of having this is so that you can find stuff. And now you just take a marking tool. I'm going to use a piece of blue chalk. I'm going to mark where I want my stitching lines to be. Take your pocket piece and unfold it. Turn it to the wrong side, and that piece of interfacing? You want to take it and you want to fuse it to the pocket. Yeah, it's not really going to stiffen the pockets, but it's going to give it a lot more body. And you're going to need that because a lot of stuff is going to go in and out of here, and you want it to kind of have a little bit of more oomph to it than just doubled over fabric. Now, every kind of interfacing that you buy that's fusible will have manufacturer's instructions that are included with it, but honestly, they're all pretty much the same. You just take them, put a fusible side, which is the side with the dots, or the side that's rough, or that you can feel like it's kind of like rubbery, and you just take it, put it to the wrong side of your fabric, and then just iron it on. The trick is to go slowly. Take your pocket piece, folded wrong sides together, so your interfaced sides are folded together. Unfold your body piece and take one edge and line it up with the raw edge, not the folded edge, but the raw edge of your pocket piece, and make sure that your markings on your pocket piece are looking at you. You can pin along this edge. We're going to stitch one line along the bottom edge. And that's just a basting line. You want to stitch that fairly close to the edge, maybe, I don't know, a quarter of an inch away. Just kind of eyeball it. You can also line up the edge of your presser foot with the edge of your fabric, and that would be fine. The basting stitch is simply to hold your pieces together until you're ready to do your final stitching lines. Once you've sewn your basting line, then go back to your regular stitch length and then sew along all those lines that you marked. One of the tips I want to give you is when you go from the bottom to the top or vice versa, you want to backstitch on this edge, the edge that's going to be the top of the pocket, simply because it's going to take a fair amount of wear and tear, and so you want it to be pretty secure. So yeah, it's a general rule that you should backstitch at the end of every seam. Here's what the stitching looks like on the front and the back. We need to take the ends, fold it under 1/2 inch, and press. Now I've pressed my ends under 1/2 inch. If your edges aren't lining up and it makes it too hard to press, just trim it off, not a big deal. So now we're going to take this and we're going to fold it right sides together. And you're going to match that long edge right here. And then we're going to sew all the way across. And the reason we folded these under is when we go to flip them right side out, we're going to have folded edge that we can then just top stitch really easily. And now you can see where I stitched that long edge. See there at the bottom? I know it says it's 2 lines of stitching, but remember that line of basting that we did? You can use that actually as a guideline and just stitch close to that. When you stitch this, you can use about a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance or a 1/2 inch or whatever you're comfortable with. It doesn't have to be perfect. So once you stitched this, just turn it inside out. These ends are folded in. Pretty cool, huh? Go over to your ironing board and press this long edge that you just stitched. Now because this seam has a lot of bulk in it, the bottom is kind of hard to get it folded and pressed. So here's a tip that will help you with that. Turn it so that that seam kind of goes in the middle of this tube that you've got, and then press it flat. You can kind of feel underneath, and if you want to press the seam to one side, you can do that and iron it so that it gets flat, and then flip it like this, and you can crease that fold a lot more easily. I swear these must have been made when Velcro was invented. I think I got them at a garage sale, but they're sticky back Velcro, and I hope they never run out because then I'll have to go buy some. Anyway, you cut 2 pieces of Velcro. Obviously you have the loop side and then you have the soft side that is, I don't know what it is. You measure those and kind of eyeball where that is and just clip it off. You can also mark it with a pen if you want, but you don't have to be really exact. Actually, I like it just a little bit shorter than that. So I'm going to trim these edges off, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And you want to cut 2 pieces of each side. So 2 of the fuzzy side, 2 of the loop side. Now, these are sticky back Velcro. It's good and it's bad because the sticky part might gum up your needle a little bit, but it also allows you to place these where you want them. Now, the way that you can do this so that you be sure and get it on the right way, and you don't get all confused thinking, does this go on the front or the back? Which is it? What you can do is actually turn your organizer like it's going to be, and it goes in a circle. You can see on this side you've got your hook and loop tape or your Velcro, and then this side here is going to have to attach to that. So you want to lay it like that and kind of just line it up. You can put a pin in it, you can eyeball it. I'm just going to kind of eyeball where that is. So now that I have these positioned, we're going to go over to the sewing machine, and I'm just going to stitch around the edge of the rectangle, and then I'm going to sew up the side. I'm going to stitch pretty close to the edge, probably 1/4 of an inch or even a little less than that, as close as I can get to that edge. And I'm going to stitch around each rectangle of Velcro, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, when putting the Velcro on, you do need to put 2 of the same kind on one side and 2 of the same kind on the other. Because if you don't do this, then it won't attach right. This is all finished. Cute little purse organizer. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier, a little more organized, and the entropy will cease, I promise you. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.